Hi, I'm Butch Henry. Welcome to WISD TV. Today we're going to visit with Rodney Smith, the head football coach at University High School. Coach Smith, it's right around the corner, isn't it?
It's a couple of days away.
Tell me a little bit. I mean, I know there's no question that the university struggled the past 4 or 5 years. What does it take to turn this thing around? Would a win do wonders for that program?
A win would do wonders, but you said a mouthful when you said the last 4 or 5 years. We're trying to get that out of our system, out of our brain. All we're focusing on is that one mirror in front of the car, that big mirror. We're leaving that little mirror behind.
You know, back in your day when you played over at university, you guys were pretty good. Walter Abercrombie played there, LaDainian Thomason, and all of a sudden, things kind of went south.
Whew, I tell you, I don't know the answer to that question. University's always had, some fine young athletes, and we do still today. I think the big job of mine is trying to get guys to believe and like we said at the beginning, forget the past.
What about your numbers? Do they seem to be up? Are they down or about the same?
Looking at it right now, I want to say the numbers kind of down. One of my favorite movies though is 300. How they defeated so many thousands of people, and the numbers are down. And we're gonna put 22 guys out there. Might be 15. Some might go both ways. Who knows? But we're gonna try to get the maximum effort out of our guys.
I tell you, it doesn't hurt the head coach at all to have a guy like Stroop coming back at running back.
Man, I tell you, it's lovely, man. First guy we talk about every morning, somebody brings up Stroop, and how stronger he's getting, how faster his feet look, how quicker he's getting. He's a joy to coach. Kid doesn't say anything. You forget he was in the room. He doesn't talk, but you'll know him on Friday night.
Of course, the guy that drives the bus is usually the quarterback, and I know you got a couple of young men, Archibald and Mooney. Have you made a decision which one will get the starting nod?
Hadn't made the decision yet. Archibald has put in a little work. Mooney has put in a lot of work, and another kid, Emilio, who was on JV last year, he has put in a tremendous amount of work and has gotten much better. Won't make that call till day one. I'm just hoping one rides above the other.
What about your staff? Did it stay pretty much intact?
Got a couple of guys went along the way, and I want to say they got better jobs, but Fred Price went back home to Louisiana, I think. Willie Carter, I think he went out to Conley, and Coach Nelson Hiram, he's become a police officer. So I had to draw in a couple of new guys. In this day and age, and as late as I got those guys, it was kind of hard, but we had some guys at the junior high that worked real hard, and I want to try to go back to that old regime as where you hire from the junior high. You get to mold those guys and then kind of what you want them to be.
Well, we talked earlier before we went on camera about you will not have tour days this year for your varsity.
We will not have tour days. We might have, I think we'll get about a 3-hour time limit, and we're gonna work up to the 3 hours and call it a day.
There's an old saying, going from the frying pan to the fire. You in a new district this year, and with the likes of Alito and Everman and some of those folks.
I mean, you take Alito and Everman, you get rid of Temple and College Station, but. Going north, guys always play great football, and it's going to be a challenge for the Trojans. But, hey, that's what football is.
Do you like the fact that the Hall of Fame game will be the first game this year against Waco High?
I do. I think our kids sometimes they always got that game in the back of their head, that 7th, 8th game. I think that, we're able to get it over with early. You never know what happens in a football game. Our kids are excited about it, but I am excited to get it over with so they won't be talking about it all year,
Okay, who made the decision for you guys to play Lake Travis? Is that you or Johnny Tusa?
That'd have to be Johnny Tusa.
I tell you what, that's a very storied program, no question about it. But it's a good challenge.
It's a great challenge. It's a great challenge, and it's not Lake Travis. It's Austin Travis. Austin Travis. And I kind of know some coaches up there, and they've been kind of down, kind of in the slumps like us, and they never played at a great arena like ours, and that kind of what first got the coach's attention. He said, our guys would love to play in a big area like that. So it started from there, and here we are.
The name escapes me. I believe one of the assistant coaches at university at one time was the head coach at Travis, wasn't he?
Yes, sir, Armando Jacinto.
Yeah, it's Jacinto. So, okay, your schedule, like I say, is right around the corner, and there's no question about it. It's going to be hot, but at least you don't have to play until 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
That's right, very, very right.
So we'll take a look at the schedule, and thanks for watching WISD TV, and thanks for listening in on Rodney Smith, the head football coach at University High School. Welcome to WISD TV. We're going to talk today with the brand new head football coach at Waco High School, Kwame Cavil. Kwame, thanks for coming home.
No, thank you for inviting me, man.
Let me ask you this. Back in '96, the season, your last season played at Waco High,
Right.
Did you ever dream that you'd be in this position, or is this just something you always felt you wanted to do?
No, from the moment I decided I wanted to get into coaching, this is what I always wanted to do. And I've always, Waco has always been a dream destination of mine to be able to come back and coach at my alma mater. I think anybody that's ever played in high school would love to, and they aspire to be a coach, would love to come back and coach at their alma mater. And the stars lined up, and the good Lord blessed me with the opportunity, and I'm happy.
So when the chance arose, you jumped at it, right?
Oh man, jump! Even though I was currently serving as the offensive coordinator at LBJ, which is great kids there, great coach there in Jamal Fenner, and a great program there with rich traditions such as ours. And so I was in a good situation. But when this opportunity came up, I had to jump at it. There was no way I wasn't going to pass up the opportunity to come back home.
I know probably the last 5 or 6 days have been a whirlwind for
Blast.
you. You know whether you're coming or going.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's been a whirlwind, but I'm excited about the whirlwind. You know, it's like a new challenge. It's almost like when I first went to the NFL. The interpretation of what was going on and what was going to happen was overwhelming, but I knew I was ready for it, and I knew this is what I wanted to do. And I would compare that experience back to becoming the head coach and being in front of community members and things of that nature. So it's a wonderful thing.
Have you had a chance to put your staff together completely yet?
Somewhat. Yeah, I mean, I put it together as much as I could with the time allowed that I have. So we'll have a good staff, and they'll be ready to go, and highly motivated to get these kids to compete and contribute to this program.
I imagine the first week or so of practice, probably each kid have to put a piece of tape on his hand with his name on it.
They will. We just talked about that. With some of my coaches, I was like, yeah, we got to make sure that we put stuff on tape on their head so we can identify them and grow this relationship. Because I'm coming in new, they don't know me, I don't know them. I mean, even though I have competed against this team over the years, but relationship-wise, we haven't formulated that, and we will over the course of these next 2 weeks, or over the course of this whole season.
Of course, they're moving up to 6A this year.
Yeah.
You got the likes of Belton, you got Midway, and of course your old stomping grounds, Temple.
Yes, we have all those programs are great programs, and they're established, and we're just trying to get back to that upper echelon of teams in the Central Texas area, and I know what those teams are bringing, and I'm just trying to embody that in our team, and match what they have, and go compete and play hard. I know one thing: we're going to compete and we're going to play hard.
I bet you're looking at a little special occasion, I guess, when you play Temple, because Coach Stewart and you had a good relationship, and I tell you what, he's a heck of a young man.
Yeah, I mean, it's just another game. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be exciting. I mean, I know those kids. They know me. I know the coaching staff. They know me, and they know another staff member that I'm bringing aboard. So it's gonna be it's just like going against your brother. It's no different than Texas, Oklahoma, and Florida, Georgia, Alabama, Tennessee. Like those are rivalries that have grown over the years, and it's a very exciting game to be in and coach in. So I'm looking forward to that.
Well, you've heard the old adage that defense wins championship,
Yeah.
offense sells tickets. Defensively, you got a couple young men, Ebron and Irons, are pretty handy.
Yeah, no doubt. We have some talent. Hebron is a explosive player, is an attacking player. Reminds me of a kid that I coached in Maynard named Eric Fowler. Can just run around and make a gazillion plays. And the other kid, Irons. I'm sorry,
That's all right.
they're so fresh. I know I've played against them and I've scouted against them, but they're fresh. So don't hold me to that. Trust me, I know exactly who you are. But they can run. They're physical, and they're all over the place. So I'm excited to get them in the fold and get on the practice film and start dissecting the film with them and get ready to compete, man.
I know you'll be excited about that first Friday night.
Yes.
But probably more excited since you're playing the crosstown rival University.
No doubt. I mean, I only got, when I was playing here at Waco High, I didn't get to play them in football. And they had some pretty good players. I mean, one guy in particular that we all know of,
Yeah.
he's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
And so they had a real good team. Wayne Rogers was the linebacker, quarterback, Olin Colin. Yep. So they had some guys. And we didn't make our presence felt till later on. But we always talked about what if we got a chance to play, and then the next couple of years, they got the rivalry started back again. So, but I'm excited. I got to play them in other sports, but to be on the sideline as a coach now, to be in this part of this rivalry and part of this game, nothing better. So I'm excited. I know it's going to be a packed house. I know the whole community of Waco will be out there to see this game.
Speaking of other sports,
Yes.
What was your favorite sport to play, basketball or football?
It's a great question, Butch, because I had some good times in both. It's just tough, man. The sport that I went the furthest in was football, but I had love for basketball. We had great teams, and so it's hard for me to tell you. I would say, being that I'm the head football coach and athletic coordinator, I'm gonna be neutral. I'm gonna say I love both of them.
That's good answer. I told a gentleman I was interviewing you today, and he said there's two of the best athletes to ever come out of the Waco school system are you and Donald Harris.
No doubt. Now that's high praise, and I thank him for that because I know how great of an athlete Donald was, and all I wanted to do was play, and I was excited to play, and just like I'm going to be excited and energetic to coach, and I want my players to be an extension of what I'm talking and what I'm saying to them, and being able to exercise that on the field and take on my personality and the coach's personality and be excited and passionate about playing this lovely game that we get to play. Because it's still a game, and they got to understand that. I mean, there's a lot of rules and expectations that come with it, but it's still a game at the end of the day. So I just want them to embody that, and I know they will, and we're going to have a great time.
I know your parents live here, but have you moved your family down here yet? Or are they still down in Austin area?
Not yet, but they're chomping at the bit to get here. But it was because of the process and how late in the game it was for me to get over here. I didn't want to uproot them out of their environment they were comfortable in. So I'm gonna take on all the responsibility of traveling back and forth, and they'll make their way to the games and commute when they have time, but we'll work it out. But they'll be here sooner than later. So I'm excited, man. Everybody's excited, and they are too, to come down here and be a part of this community.
I can tell you're excited. We wish you the best of luck. Thanks for watching WISD TV and our visit with Kwame Cavil, the new head football coach at Waco High School.